Hello and welcome to the Whoniverse. In this video I'm going to be going through the history of the Slitheen. The Slitheen are cunning calcium-based lifeforms which originated from the planet Raxacoricofallapatorius. The Slitheen are not a race or species, instead they are a family, a very large family with numerous factions, 4 to be precise. The Slitheen family are always after money and power, but how does their story begin? The Slitheen were from Raxacoricofallapatorius, originally, and bribed their way into government. The Slitheen, always hungry for power and money, had taken over what was a relatively peaceful planet. Their rule crashed the planet's economy and eventually the population rose up against them. The entire family was tried and found guilty in perpetuity and sentenced to death. The June of the Shadow Proclamation forced the Slitheen out and many of them fled justice. Now the exact date of these events is uncertain, but the earliest sighting of the Slitheen is in 102 AD, which presumably takes place after the collapse of their power. The Slitheen were among the factions who joined the Alliance to imprison the 11th Doctor in the Pandorica to save the universe. When the plan failed, they were turned to dust and removed from the universe along with the rest of the creation. They were returned when the Doctor rebooted the universe. The different factions of the Slitheen family were not seen again until the 21st century, so are presumed to have been in hiding until the 21st century, with the family legacy potentially continuing through the children, or, through the use of time travel, the Slitheen family hid around the 21st century. In March 2006, the Pasmaday branch disguised themselves as various humans holding leadership positions and attempted to seize control of the British government. In an effort to start a nuclear war, the ultimate aim was to turn the Earth into a huge nuclear reactor pile and sell its remains off as starship fuel. This attempt was foiled by the 9th Doctor when he ordered Mickey Smith to shoot a missile at Downing Street. Blonfell Foch Pasmaday Slitheen survived these events, having teleported to the Isle of Dogs. Later the same year, in September, Blonde managed to get herself elected Mayor of Cardiff and tried to abuse her position in an attempt to escape being stranded on Earth by destroying a local nuclear reactor. The Cardiff space-time rift would amplify the explosion, so it would not only destroy Earth, but could enable her to escape to the planet safely on her tribophysical waveform macrokinetic extrapolator. This effort was also foiled by the Doctor and his allies when the Doctor used the sonic screwdriver to reverse Blonde's teleport. When she tried to use the TARDIS as a secondary explosion, Blonde was reverted into an egg by the heart of the TARDIS and returned to her home planet to be given a second chance at life. Around March 2007, the Lutevan Day branch of the family took over a building company called Coldfire Construction and placed transducers around the Earth to absorb the sun's energy, destroying the Earth and avenging the Pasmaday members who died. After doing so, they intended to buy a fleet of ships to destroy the Grand Council of Raxacoricofallapatorius. 18 months later, in 2008, this group of Slitheen used equations by Luke Smith to correctly power the final stage of the machine at Parkvale Comprehensive School after it had been malfunctioning. As Luke didn't anticipate them draining the sun, the machine overloaded and they were forced to switch it off. Luke began to reset the system, but his mother Sarah Jane handed him her sonic lipstick and he sorted out the machine. Several Slitheen were accidentally killed in this incident, including 12-year-old Korst Cog Feck Lutevan Day Slitheen's father, Kist Mag Feck. Having teleported away later in 2008, Korst Cog Feck teamed up with 2 other adult Slitheen and Zylock Mr. Smith to seek revenge. Mr. Smith had secretly been manipulating the Slitheen to power Luke's mind, bringing the moon crashing into the Earth. The Armageddon virus was uploaded into Mr. Smith to reverse this effect and the Slitheen left. At some point in 2009, a member of the family took the body of Ambassador Ranus of the Galactic Alliance and attempted to steal K9 from Sarah Jane. Later, 2 more Slitheen would attempt to crush the Earth into a giant diamond. They were thwarted and captured by 2 Blaverine who sentenced them to death. The Blaverine were another family of Raxacoricofallapatorians who were betrayed by the Slitheen family when they took power of Raxacoricofallapatorius. They were often content with roles in middle management of the planet, but when the Slitheen were found guilty, some Blaverine took the law into their own hands, killing any Slitheen they encountered. In September 2009, a Slitheen tried to kill Sarah Jane with a bomb, but it was deactivated by K9. Clyde Langer slashed the Slitheen with a bucket of vinegar, destroying it. By the year 2012, Henry Van Statten possessed a Slitheen arm. And then we fast forward all the way to the 347th century. The family was still exiled from Raxacoricofallapatorius, although they expected a reprisal in the coming 1,000 years. They were also involved in the Platonic War, being among those defeated by the humans. As a form of revenge, they travelled back to an early point in human history, when Greece was facing famine. They gave them food, in exchange asking for champions to fight for them. The Slitheen were actually running a temporal tourist tour, with aliens coming to see the sites of future monuments and with the human fighters being killed for their entertainment. Their eventual plan was for the humans to become too dependent on them, never develop technology, and never develop any advanced civilization. The 10th Doctor and June tried to stop them peacefully, but instead the native Greeks fought back, destroying their time travel technology and throwing the whole organization into chaos. Mamps, Cosmo, and Lieb Slitheen escaped, but were trapped in the past. When their time travel package tour appeared to kill a tourist, they were taken to court and bankrupted, with police being sent back to capture Mamps, Cosmo, and Lieb. At an unknown date, the Slitheen were among the many species present at Trenzalore, after being drawn there by the Time Lords asking the first question from another universe. The Slitheen took part in the siege of Trenzalore, but they either retreated or were killed in the fighting which took place when the Daleks bypassed the Papal Mainframe's planet-wide force field, and the other fleets followed them in their wake to the planet's surface. And that is the history of the Slitheen family. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a like and comment below. If you want to check out my other History of Doctor Who videos, there is a playlist on the left, and if you want to see a trailer I made about Series 1 and the 9th Doctor, featuring elements from the Slitheen family's debut episodes, then click that link, which is also on the left. And if you want to be up to date with all of the videos that are coming soon, then click that subscribe button. It means a lot and supports the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.